Everybody, and welcome to Honor Thy Podcast. This is the weekly DC TV / Arrowverse podcast where we discuss everything from Supergirl to Legends of Tomorrow and everything in between. I'm your host, Declan McKinney, otherwise known as DC TV Talk. With me, as always, is my co-host, Dan McCants, otherwise known as Mule Kick Media.
Hey, this is definitely not the second time we've attempted to start this.
We're not supposed to say that. Well, basically, because Dan is Dan, he, for some reason, just magically caused the editing software not to record the intro that we did.
No. It was my PC not picking up my microphone. You got to get these facts right, Declan.
Well, luckily, we only got about 10 seconds in before we realised. So it's not like we're recording the whole thing again. So basically, in this episode, now that obviously all the shows are kind of gone except for Supergirl. Obviously, Supergirl's still part of this, but we're kind of moving away from the episode typical kind of way that we do it, just because we haven't got the episodes to go off of. But we're going to start off with the news. We're going to move to Supergirl, and then we're also going to be talking about Heroes and Villains Fan Fest London that happened in the last weekend that me and Dan both attended, and we got some awesome stuff to talk about there. So let's jump straight to the news. All the news this week comes from casting calls from all the shows, because it is that time of year where all these shows start releasing their casting descriptions for the new characters they want to bring onto the show. So I'll start off with Supergirl. There is a character that is sounding a lot like Manchester Black.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie, when I first saw this, I thought it was Lady Shiva.
Yeah, especially because you kind of maybe would assume it's a female villain, given that it's Supergirl. But it is a male villain as far as I'm aware. I mean, Manchester Black is a male villain. He's a British villain.
Oh, shit. I'm being an idiot. I thought you were talking about the casting call for Arrow. Fuck's sake.
No. This is Supergirl.
Oh, Manchester Black. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure in the comics, he is a man, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Oh, my God.
He's a British vigilante who leads a group called the Elite. And I feel like that will be massively changed. But the name they use in the casting description is Chester Green. So you can kind of change that to Manchester Black. You can kind of, change that. But what I like in the character description is he says that he is someone who could go into a gunfight with a sword and come out victorious. Which is something I think Supergirl has been heavily lacking ever since its inception, is kind of grounded, tight action scenes and fight scenes. And I feel with a character like this being introduced, we may get some really awesome fight scenes with this.
Yeah.
And I mean, the rumor is that this character is actually going to be the big bad. I don't know if I believe that necessarily.
No, I would say maybe a threat for like the first 9 episodes. Like you kind of get with some of the shows, where it's like a threat for the first half of the season. So
yeah,
maybe
before the big villain comes in, because I don't really get a big bad vibe from that personally.
No.
Like I said, I think the big bad's a lot more likely to be Lena or just someone completely new, like actually someone who has powers.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be Lena, because they're definitely setting it up. Like, it'd be crazy not to have Lena as the main villain for season 4. So I think he will just be like a decoy or like a red herring villain.
Yeah. Well, I am really actually excited about this casting though. I think that's really cool, and they're looking for a British actor to play him. So I haven't really got a nailed down casting of who I'd like to see, but I'm sure there's plenty of British actors who I'd like to see kind of step up to the role. I'm available, by the way.
No, you can't act.
Hey, I could meet Melissa.
No.
Think about the benefit.
You need to actually act though to get on there.
I can act. I can,
No, you
can
can't.
do a bit of
No.
You
wouldn't be able to do your scenes though. You'd just be drooling all over Melissa, and then you get taken
I'm sure
off.
everyone on the cast is like that, to be honest. Even Stephen Amell admitted it the other day.
Yeah.
Even he admitted, he said the best part about doing Crisis on FX was being able to kiss Melissa Benoist. I respect him even more.
Yeah. Oh, the amount of Olisty fans that were triggered by that was amazing. Oh my God.
Oh, that's great. The Flash also got a casting description which practically confirms Cicada to be the villain.
Cicada.
Is it Cicada?
I think it's Cicada. I think it's Cicada, but I don't think it really matters.
I called him Cicada for a while, but then I heard a lot of people call him Cicada, so I've started calling him Cicada recently. Yeah, it's basically looking for an older guy. So again, that kind of works in with Cicada. I'm still not happy about this because I don't want this villain, but
yeah, I don't know. It does seem strange. I mean, obviously, I've seen people say that he won't be the main villain, which is mainly just Paigey bringing this up because obviously they cut the scene with him like mentioning they were going to mention him in the finale, but they cut the scene. So maybe he won't be the main villain, but I think they probably will stick with it, only because I don't think they will do a speedster villain for next season. But I don't know. It's not particularly.
You think they will?
I think they will, but it's not necessarily what I want them to do. I would much rather them have a villain like Cobalt Blue, because he isn't technically a speedster.
I really need Cobalt Blue.
Yeah, I just don't know. It's not the kind of villain where I listen to it and I listen to his premise and think, that's really cool or interesting. Like, there's nothing really about him that gets me that excited. So I think if it was Cobalt Blue, I think I'd have more reason to be, at least a bit excited.
Yeah, because, I mean, I've not been excited for Cicada just because I think he sounds very similar to DeVoe.
Yeah.
And I didn't love DeVoe, so I don't know. It kind of... I mean, I'm hoping it surprises me, and it'd be awesome if we got, like, a really awesome actor to play him, but... Like I said, I much prefer Cobalt Blue.
Yeah, but
or even if they just moved away from the big bad idea, because I think like the whole Nora Allen thing is a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Personally. Like in terms of what her mistake is and like what she knows, because like she's from 30 years in the future, so she clearly knows some stuff. Like I kind of get the impression that perhaps someone like Killer Frost is completely gone, like evil by that point.
Yeah.
Maybe even did some damage. I don't know. Obviously, she's got something to do with Iris as well. So I don't know. I just think all that's a lot more interesting. But if they're going to do a big bad, I'd much prefer Cobalt Blue.
Yeah, it's just just with the kind of villain that he is, it makes it feel like more of a season-long villain rather than a guy who can throw lightning bolts and absorb people's life source. It's just I don't know. It doesn't really sound that interesting to me.
But strap yourself in because it's happening. Because, like I said, that practically confirms it. I haven't actually got any of the descriptions here, so I do apologize for that. In fact, that's a lie. I do have the Arrow ones because I just made a video on it and I've got the images saved on my phone. So you can move over to the Arrow ones. If I just get this up, okay. So we've got 4 for Arrow.
Is it 3?
It's 4.
Oh damn.
There's 4. So 2 of them aren't that interesting. 2 of them really are. So the first one is, while Oliver is in Supermax, Team Arrow will have to contend with an ambitious, young, anti-vigilante recruit at the SCPD. If vigilantes were vampires, consider her your Buffy. So basically another Nick Anastas, who we got last season.
God's sake.
Although I believe her name was revealed to be Jessie, although whether that's a leaked name or like a cover-up name, I don't know.
Yeah, because they do fake the names most of the time.
Yeah, but that name is not on this particular description. But the name I believe was leaked yesterday to be Jessie. So this is actually more likely a female character, which is something I didn't expect. But I guess now that we've lost Quentin, we have to have.
No.
I hate to bring it up.
No, I refuse to accept. I refuse.
Paul's gone. Now that Paul is gone, we need a replacement in the SCPD. I mean, I guess to be fair, Quentin hasn't been in the SCPD for a couple of years, but you know what I mean? We kind of need that SCPD character, and maybe this is going to be it. Although, again, we just had Nick Anastas.
And what's happening to him?
I don't think he's not dead, is he? Like, as far as I remember.
He didn't die. He was in the hospital once because he got shot up by...
Yeah. And as far as I remember, they never said he died, so why are we bringing in this other character? And like he was anti-vigilante as well until Curtis kind of turned him around. But then the other character, it's quite funny because these 2 characters sound like a complete like blend of Nick Anastas and Curtis.
What do you mean 2 characters? We've only mentioned 1.
Yeah, but I'm about to read the second.
Okay. Calm down.
So, another recurring role to be cast is that of a successful tech whiz who is gay and who harbors a heartbreaking past. Now, when I first read that, I thought, okay, Curtis, new love interest. But then again, I thought, well, we've just had Nick Anastas, who is not dead. So why would they be doing this? So what I think this is an employee for Helix.
Interesting. I don't know. It's weird because, I agree. I was saying with you when they first announced this, I thought, yeah, this is definitely like a love interest for Curtis. But I think now maybe it could be an employee for Helix. Maybe it's someone that they hire for Helix Dynamics. Like as someone.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, someone that they hire for that, and we just learn more of throughout the whole season. I think
because I think Helix Dynamics is really going to step up in season 7 because think about it. If Oliver's in prison, what's Felicity going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, she'll have all this time on her hands to like really focus on that. So I feel that's going to be kind of up and running by season 7.
Yeah. So that definitely seems like I definitely think it's something they could do. I just hope it's not another boyfriend for Curtis. Like, please just don't make it that.
I think it's a female as well. I believe that character's a woman. Which does scare me a little bit because I hope it's just not that like Felicity clone character.
Oh God.
What was her name?
Whatever happened to her?
I don't know. She came in for like a couple episodes and then this in season 6 and then she kind of went.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated her.
Everyone did.
I have a feeling it might be another character like that.
Oh God.
Just like another Felicity, which I mean none of us need. But we did get another description. Now this one's very interesting. So Arrow is looking for an actress to fill the role of Konomi Rhodes, who is half Japanese as well as half Caucasian, somewhere in her late 20s to early 30s. Konomi is a formidable fighter who ends up clashing with the heroes of Star City. Her background consists of being a tactician in the military while also carrying on as a street fighter. So, quite a lot you can get from that, really. I think there are 3 major options to who this character is.
Yeah.
One of which is she's one of the Longbow Hunters.
Yeah.
I mean, Longbow Hunters, they're coming in next season. Makes sense, really. Although this does seem quite... Unless the Longbow Hunters are going to be really developed, which I don't think they will be, this seems a lot of detail to go in for one of them. So it might not be that. Other option, Lady Shiva. I've wanted Lady Shiva on the show for a really long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of people, like, especially I'm going to mention him, Sam Hendrick, I believe that's how you say his name. He's literally been campaigning for this for like months.
Yeah.
So he would lose it if she was announced. I want it to be her, preferably, because I think it'd be really cool to have her on.
I really like Lady Shiva, and I've wanted her to I really wanted her as the main villain for season 7, and I think there's still a possibility. If this character is Lady Shiva, I feel what they might do is she could actually be one of the Longbow Hunters, and then maybe she'll like pull a Ricardo Diaz where she kind of ascends above them all and like then kind of takes over.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, it may feel like an exact copy and paste of last season, but I could see that happening. But the other option as to who this character is, who I think is the most likely, is Cheshire.
Yeah.
Cheshire's been rumored for a while to come onto Arrow, and if they were ever going to introduce her onto the show, it would make the most sense to do it now. She's a Teen Titans villain mostly, but she has got a very close connection to Roy Harper. And Roy is becoming a series regular next season. It just makes sense. I don't know if Roy perhaps is going to meet her when he was, on the run. If that's how they sort of met.
Yeah, like he meets her whilst he's on the run, or like during his time when he's not on the show, and then she's like coming back for him, maybe. Yeah,
like perhaps he had a run in with her. I don't know. I feel like because of her connection to Roy in the comics, I just feel like this would make sense if they wanted to introduce Cheshire. This would be the time to do it. And I'd like to see Cheshire. I think she's really cool. I like her design, like the fact that she. Her suit is like all green, but then she has like a Cheshire Cat mask. And she's like a really badass fighter. And the fact that this could be like a new potential love interest for Roy, I think that'd be quite cool. Now that Thea's gone, but then again, what's happened to Thea?
Yeah, they definitely need to explain. Yeah, they definitely need to explain what's happening with Thea. If they don't bring it up in season 7, they'd be stupid.
Yeah, because it's like, why is Roy back but not her? It'd be weird. So maybe she won't be a love interest. Maybe like a past love interest from like say when they were on the run, and maybe they kind of ended up in a bad place, and now she's coming back to hunt him, and maybe that's what gets him back involved. I don't know. I think Cheshire's the most likely, personally, and I'd love to see Cheshire. I mean, I'd love to see Lady Shiva, but I just don't think it's likely at this point. No. Although I'd love to see her. And then the final one. This has got a lot of people talking recently. So we have Next up is another recurring character in the form of Daniel Porter, who they are looking for a Caucasian actor in his mid-30s. He is an intelligent and homosexual technological entrepreneur whose creativity has given him a huge success as a businessman, but having gone through tragic losses in his life is something he hides from the other people around him, thus struggling with shaping new relationships with others. Ted Cord.
Yeah, definitely Ted Cord. Because in season 3, everyone was like, "Oh, Blue Beetle's coming," because they released that character description for who would eventually be Ray. And just with the amount of times they've mentioned Cord Industries, I think it just makes sense for it to be Blue Beetle. Like, it has to be.
Yeah, well, the when Ray Palmer was actually introduced on the show, that was actually supposed to be Ted Cord, but they couldn't actually use him, so they had to change it to Ray. Which is good. I mean, I assume Brandon Routh was going to play Ted Cord. If it ended up being Ted Cord, it still would have been Brandon Routh no matter what. But he ended up being Ray, obviously. I actually found something interesting out the other day. Legends of Tomorrow originally started as a Ray Palmer spin-off show.
Yeah.
I read that the other day. I thought that was fun. I thought that was quite interesting. I just find that weird because you'd think now, if that was the case, perhaps Ray would kind of be the main character of the show, but it's not. It's Sarah.
No. Yeah, it's weird. I guess maybe it just changed as they were going along. It's like, let's just not make it about one character.
Yeah. But, this character is most likely Blue Beetle, Ted Cord, which I'm very excited about. I like Blue Beetle a lot. I think he's really cool. I do like the Jaime Reyes version of Blue Beetle quite a lot, which is like more the Teen Titans version.
Yeah.
But I guess they don't want to go down that route because Jaime Reyes is a metahuman, whereas Ted Cord isn't, so... And considering this is Arrow, they don't really want to go down that route.
No, I think they'll probably.
If this was Flash, it would definitely be Jaime Reyes.
Yeah,
definitely. But because they want to do a similar thing to what they did with Ray Palmer, basically. And he's also a recurring role, same as Ray Palmer. But I'm very excited about this, and I want to see kind of who's going to play him, and what they're going to go with, and also how the suit's going to look.
Yeah, I hope the suit will be comic accurate. I doubt it will be, but hopefully it will.
I can't, because it's a very silly looking suit to do in live action, because it's like just bright blue and it's got like all these arms coming off of it.
I think maybe it'll be darker blue and they just won't have as many crazy stuff on it. If it's that, then I'll be fine.
Yeah, it's just because even when you look at like the Atom suit, it's completely different.
Yeah,
it's literally just it started out as basically just a B-Tech Iron Man suit, when it was in Arrow. It was only really when it got to Legends where it actually started shrinking. And that suit looks nothing like the comic one.
No.
But I guess they didn't really want Brandon Routh running around set in spandex, so
no.
I mean, fair enough. So that's pretty much all the castings. Sounds good so far, despite the Flash one. Because I just don't like that villain. But
no, same.
It seems all good from there. So yeah, we'll have some more news later on that we got from the show. But before that, we'll jump to Supergirl, the last remaining show. It's got about 3 weeks to go. So we had the episode this week, Dark Side of the Moon, which makes me think of the best Transformers film of all time.
It's not the best.
It is.
It's not the first one. The first one is the best.
And Paramount have taken off Transformers 7 from the schedule.
Because they've accepted that the series is shit.
No.
It is
We're still
shit.
getting Bumblebee this year, it's fine.
No.
Overall thoughts on Dark of the Moon, because that's what I'm going to call it.
God, you're always going to use that, aren't you? Dark of the Moon.
Yes.
I thought it was a good episode. Continuing the trend of good episodes that we've had. So, I liked seeing Alora in the episode. It was nice to see her back, see her play a prominent role. Just getting to explore Argo City just was really, really cool to see. Just because it's a bit of a change of scenery. So
Argo City was awesome. I loved Argo City.
Yeah. I think that the CG for it especially was really good, very, very well done. I also found it really funny in the episode. I'm pretty sure you probably would have picked up on this as well. That woman who's been on that hologram for Rain for all those episodes, when she just randomly pops up as one of the members on the council. Good God, it took me by surprise, that did.
Do you know what's funny though? I didn't actually. I don't know why I didn't notice it, but I didn't realize it until they revealed it. Because at the end when she puts the hood on, I was
Yeah.
like, "How did I not see that?" I was like, I was
Nah,
like watching it. I was
nah,
like, "How did I not see that till now?"
Nah, as soon as I saw her, I was like, "Damn, that's the woman from the holograms, isn't it?" And then, like
I clearly wasn't paying that much attention because I literally just like until that happened, I was like, "How did I not notice that?"
yeah, but no, I thought that was really cool. I liked the way
Yeah,
that they
it's cool.
did it.
I like that.
I liked the way that they did it. Like they didn't really play any dramatic music during it. Like it was quite normally done, which I thought was kind of like a cool twist for them to do.
Yeah.
I think the only real thing I wasn't the hugest fan of in the episode was probably the stuff back on Earth with Alex, Alex and Ruby. Like, I'm sorry, but we both have made it clear.
Ruby die.
We don't like Ruby. Like the actress just isn't good. She's just not good. Just like the whole story of Alex, like someone hunting her, was cool at first, but then the revelation as to who it was so underwhelming.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Like, I'm trying to remember, was it a guy from season 1?
No, because it wasn't a guy from.
It wasn't like someone's brother.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't even the killer. It was the brother.
But
and then he was. He came back to hunt. I don't know.
If it was season 1, it's probly why I didn't remember anything of it because
it was season 1.
Because I think I remember very little of season 1.
I don't remember anything from season 1. I remember the Flash episode because it was the only good one.
Oh god. But no, that was a bit underwhelming. That whole storyline, well, those two, but mainly the stuff on Earth, and the fact that James, after that amazing episode last week that centered on him, he was only in one fucking scene the entirety of this episode.
It's funny because I'm on the IMDb for the episode, and James Olsen's got a promo photo. Why? He's actually in one scene. I think he has like 2 lines of dialogue, and that's it.
It annoys
After he had such a good episode last week.
Oh god! Like, when are they going to use him? Right? When are they actually going to give his character like a full storyline?
I'll tell you who was in this episode. Right? Who I didn't even know was in the episode. Right? My childhood TV show. This was a show I grew up with, and everyone's gonna laugh at me. I always got bullied for watching this show, but I'm gonna put it out there now. I used to love the Nickelodeon show iCarly. Okay? Right? And the character known as Principal Franklin was in this episode.
Was he the guy at the bar that Alex talked to?
No, he was on the council. He was the
Who was he?
He was the black guy with the grey hair.
I only watched a few episodes of iCarly, but I have no idea who you're on about.
He was the principal of the school. He was called Principal Franklin.
No.
And I remember watching. I was like, "Oh my god, it's Principal." I wasn't even listening to the dialogue. I was just sat there freaking out because it was Principal Franklin.
Oh god.
I'll tell you who was great in this episode, though.
What, who?
Monel.
Yeah, Monel was pretty good. That scene with the kid who had like the breathing problems, that scene with him,
Yeah,
that was...
Monel was great in this episode. I loved Monel. I thought he was really good. He actually felt like a hero this week.
Yeah, you felt like he actually learned something from his time away, which is a surprise because it takes until the 4th last episode of the season to finally see it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I've been very up and down with Monel this season. Like, in some aspects, I've really liked him. In other aspects, I've really not. But, I mean, I think overall he's definitely been better than he was in Season 2.
Oh,
but
definitely.
I think this episode, he really came through as a hero. And I hope they kind of continue doing that when they're moving closer to the finale. Because he was great in terms of that kid. And then, even, like, at the end when he's talking to Laura, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm very fond of your daughter," and things like that. I don't know. I really liked Monel this episode. I thought he was great. I think Chris Wood did a good job.
Yeah, I'd say this is probably his best episode of the season, to be honest.
Yeah, and I can't get enough of that costume. So good.
Yeah, it's so much better than that costume he had before, and God's sake.
Why did he have... Oh, it was broken, wasn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, it was like destroyed or something. But then it's weird because all the other Legionnaires, they have like very similar costumes to that one. They all have like the black ones.
Maybe it's because Monel's the leader, he gets a different one. Except they never told him about the secret mission to kill Pestilence.
God,
that'll
not
never
so much of a leader after all.
Never makes sense to me, that will. Never make sense.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you, I was missing Brainiac 5 this episode, though.
Yeah, like...
He got name dropped, but that was it.
Yeah, but name drop's not good enough. We love Brainiac too much.
He's too good. He's too good for the show. Jesse Rath is too good.
Can they bring him onto the Flash instead?
Yes. Oh, him and Cisco.
Oh,
They would light a room on fire.
God.
So, overall, I thought this episode was probably one of maybe the best episode of the season. Maybe.
You keep on saying this.
But we're getting good episodes now.
Yeah, but episode 9. Remember episode 9?
Okay, yeah, episode 9 was great. I also think episode 18 was great.
No, Antonio Negret. Fuck him.
Will you shut up about Antonio Negret?
Fuck Antonio Negret. He directs bad films.
Hashtag go see Overdrive.
No, don't see it. Don't see it.
Go see it. It's a great film.
Don't.
It's got amazing directing. It's got amazing action. Fantastic performances. Really emotionally driven storyline.
The only way you're going to top that off is by saying Scott Eastwood was amazing.
Villain. Scott Eastwood delivers one of the most emotional performances I've ever seen. I was crying my eyes out. Better than any Fast and Furious film you've ever seen.
Oh, God's sake. No, in all seriousness, fuck that movie. Need for Speed is better. Let's move on.
I'm just going to sit here and just kind of revel in Overdrive's greatness.
It's not.
They should make an Overdrive TV show.
No.
With Scott Eastwood in the lead. It's amazing because everyone listening to this has not a clue what we're talking about. Just Google Overdrive.
Don't watch the film. Don't watch the film.
It's only an hour 40. You can watch it. It's fine.
No. Anybody who is that desperate, I will sell you my Blu-ray because I don't want it.
I love the fact that your dad bought that for you. Okay, right. We'll get back on topic. You have the synopsis for episode 21.
Yes, I do. Sorry, I'm still
Called Overdrive.
No, fuck Overdrive, fuck Scott Eastwood, fuck Antonio Negret. Here's the synopsis. Kara makes a life-changing decision. Meanwhile, John finds out that a special DEO caliber guns have hit the streets of National City.
Okay, that clears up the promo a lot more.
Yeah.
So the big decision that Supergirl's made is that she's actually going to go live in Argo City now because it's so much better than Earth, obviously. And her mum's there, so yeah, she's off. And she's basically left Earth defenseless, which is quite a bad move. I mean,
yeah, that's really stupid.
I mean, why is she leaving with Rain just still there? Like, I thought she'd have a bit more sense to it than that.
No, this Supergirl has to make dumb decisions, remember. This is Supergirl.
And then Mon-El's just going with her, so
yeah,
I guess he doesn't care either. Even though his whole point for staying in this current time period was to stop Rain. I mean, also because he wants to, he wants to hit that. But other than that, I mean, it's obvious. He's basically told us he doesn't care about his marriage.
Nah, he doesn't. To be honest with you, I would be the same.
You prefer Kara to Imran?
Of course, any person would.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just, there's commitments and stuff, but Mon-El doesn't care about commitments, so, he's like, well, it wasn't a real wedding, was it? It's not when we're really married. So, I think the idea of all these DEO weapons going out is just filler. It's just, because there is actually a shot in the promo where we actually see James out again, which is good. It'll probably only be in one scene again, but hey, one scene of Guardian is better than none. So he's gonna be out there kind of protecting the streets. He says, we've kind of got one less bulletproof powered superhero. Now this is where you bring Superman in.
Yeah, why didn't you just bring Superman?
Do it.
Because they don't have the rights to use him.
But they do though. That's what I don't get. They do. I mean, I guess maybe they only have like certain amount of times they can use him, but Superman hasn't even been in the season at all, has he?
No.
So, this is like the perfect opportunity. Plus, as far as I'm aware, he's not in the finale.
No.
So,
well, they haven't even released a synopsis for 22 or episode 23, so
they have
released a
synopsis 23.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, I literally just read it before we started recording.
Oh, damn.
And it mentions like a final battle against a character called Serena, so I guess Rain isn't the actual villain.
Oh my god.
Banter.
Oh. You're making me depressed about Supergirl already, and we're 2 episodes from the finale. God's sake.
Rain is gonna get sorted. She's gonna turn again. Wait, is Serena the? Is she that woman who was on the council who created Rain? Is that her?
Selena.
Serena.
Might be. It might
Could be her.
Oh,
I'm gonna IMDb this.
IMDb this shit.
Because that would make sense. So what is? I guess what's gonna happen then is that Rain is gonna get either separated or kind of self-aware to the point where she can become Sam again, and then she's just gonna team up with him.
Yeah, but then if that happens, I'd be really pissed off because they've spent all this time building up Rain, only to then have her just magically turn around and not actually be the final big bad.
Yeah, but one thing you're forgetting is this is Supergirl.
I know, but I want it to be better than Supergirl.
So it's
My god, no. If this actually happens, I will stop watching.
Okay, I can't find a character called Serena. I found the actress, but her name is simply Dark Kryptonian.
Oh, is it? Oh. Well, the you know the woman in the holographs for Rain and that woman on the council, her name is Selena. So maybe.
Oh yeah, I've just seen that.
Maybe
here,
it could be her, but they've just like maybe pronounced the name wrong.
Or maybe I. Yeah, it'd be funny if it was a typo, or I may have literally just misread it. I'm gonna see if I think I retweeted it. I'm just trying to find it now because I did literally just read the synopsis. I'm just trying to find it because it definitely did say that they were going up against a big battle against a character called either Selena or Serena. Okay, I can't find it, but that was there. That was the point. That was there. But I mean, that's the finale, and we're talking about episode 21. But I think that this episode is just going to be basically filler. That's all it's going to be.
Yeah.
Which is funny because episode 21 of Flash was also filler. What is it with episode 21?
Well,
Episode
Arrow's
21 of Arrow wasn't filler.
I know. Legends didn't have an episode 21, but yeah, it's just I don't know. Maybe everyone just thinks, oh, we could just get away with putting filler there. Arrow had the smart idea. Don't make episode 21
Arrow's
filler.
Best episode of the season, boy.
No, it's not. Fundamentals. Fundamentals is the best.
Second best.
No, Fundamentals is the best.
Look, Josh Segarra is amazing. And he's even more amazing now that I've met him. But I'm sorry, episode 21. It's the best.
No.
Even though I can't remember the title. It's just the best episode. I'm sorry.
No.
I know it's called docket number something blah 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 blah. I don't remember the numbers. I never do. So, we've got some more news now. And this is from exclusive to Honor Thy Podcast. Exclusive news right here. This is, you heard it here first news. Right? So make sure you share this.
Probably not. Probably not.
Share this around because you'll never get this anywhere else. Unless there's other big British DZ TV YouTubers who may also bring this up. So, me and Dan both attended Heroes and Villains Fan Fest in London last weekend. And we got some news there. We're going to go over like just the stuff in general after this, but there is some specific news. So, we'll start off with the Arrow panel, or the Arrow Heroes panel to be specific, which was made up of David Ramsey, who is Diggle, Emily Bett Ricards, Felicity, and then also Juliana Harkavy, Dinah. And there wasn't really much. They were kind of just talking about how good the crossover was going to be and just shaming Googie. But yeah, basically, we found out that the Arrow cast just hates Mark Guggenheim, so that's good.
Well, that's not a surprise.
No. I mean, I guess they were kind of... Because they've never said anything about how much they hate him before. I guess they're under hypnotism of his eyes. I don't know. I mean, those deep eyes, you just fall into them.
God's sake. I think we should also point out as well, I wasn't actually present for that Arrow panel because I was late.
He was late.
Hey, blame traffic on the M4, alright? Blame traffic on the M4.
Blame your sleep schedule.
No, the traffic on the M4 did not help.
Slept.
No. If there wasn't any traffic on the M4, I would have made it in time for about, the last 30 minutes? I would have been there in time for that, but because of the traffic on the M4, I was late, alright? That is my excuse. And I overslept.
Exactly. But, so, David Ramsey, the lad himself, was talking about... someone came up and asked him about evil versions of the characters, kind of like we saw in Crisis on Earth X, and he was talking about potentially seeing an evil Diggle in this year's crossover.
Which I don't think will happen.
No, I mean David Ramsey was. This is also the same guy who said Olicity was having a baby. So yeah. Also, I don't see why this is going to happen. Why would this happen? Unless Diggle's going to get mind controlled. Because as far as I'm aware, this crossover, obviously it's taking place in Gotham. It's not on another Earth, is it? It's Earth 1, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah,
because we know that Gotham exists, so...
Yeah, so I don't think it would be an alternate Earth, especially because of last year's crossover. I feel like they don't really want to make it feel the same, as in, like, you're travelling to different Earths. So
yeah, and if they do evil characters, they did that last year as well. So... Although we never saw the Earth X Diggle.
No, that is a good point. But I don't know. I just feel like with Earth X, it's just kind of like a one-time thing, to be honest. Where I think we're only going to see it that one time and that's it.
Yeah. And also, I just think this is David Ramsey just messing around.
Yeah, David Ramsey just loves to troll people and just get people either really hyped or mad.
Rumors.
Yeah.
He just starts all rumors.
I mean, you'll be able to confirm this because you met him.
Be able to confirm what?
To confirm if he's like that because you've met him.
Oh yeah, well, when I kind of went in to see him, he was just like the coolest guy ever. I just literally looked at him and I was like, Diggle. He literally personifies Diggle in real life. It's great. God. So yeah, evil Diggle, not gonna happen.
No.
But we did get some stuff as well from the villain panel of Heroes and Villains.
I so wish that was Arrow on the panel. Saturday. I so wish that was on Saturday.
Yeah. The Arrow Hero panel was like the only kind of good one, really. Well, there was the Gotham panel, which wasn't really relative to me. I've actually started watching Gotham now, and I'm enjoying it.
Wait, why did you start from the beginning?
Yeah, I started from season 1, episode 1.
Damn. Yeah. I watched the Gotham panel whilst a bit of it whilst you were away for your photo op. Yeah, damn, that was really good because it was the first one that they'd had since it was announced that Gotham had been renewed for a final season. So a lot of the questions actually were about like how the final season will play out, and I'm pretty sure I think Sean Pertwee there like all confirmed before it was even announced that Gotham would only have 10 episodes for season 5. Which I found kind of strange that he just said that before they even announced anything. No, it's 10. It's 10. Sean Pertwee was telling everyone that it was 10. And I think on Spoiler TV, when they announced all of the release dates and the episode counts, Gotham only has 10.
Oh. I always thought it was 13. But there was also the John Barrowman panel, which on Monday as well, which I switched me and you saw a bit off.
I know, my mum watched that, and it was... it looked absolutely random as hell, but it looked really fun.
I remember I was in my photo op for David Ramsey when I was queuing up. I was actually right at the front about to go to David Ramsey, and John Barrowman's was next to me. And John Barrowman literally just came out of his tent in like just the skin-tight Wonder Woman costume that he was wearing and just started shaking his ass to people. It was wonderful. So I've basically seen John Barrowman, like he was actually 5 feet away from me. So that was really cool. I didn't meet him, but I was very, very close to him. Because he was the only actor who actually came out of his tent. He literally just came out and like the crowd went mental. And then I was being like dragged in to go see David Ramsey. So yeah. So Black Siren is meant to be getting a backstory in season 7.
Yeah.
I mean, she said this last year, but
because Kenny Cassidy said it last year. What was it, Comic-Con? And then obviously it never happened. The only thing we learnt last season, was that Earth 2 Quentin died on her birthday. That was literally it, which I was really underwhelmed by, especially with how big a role like Black Siren played last season, like with the story.
I guess we got 2 Quentin deaths in season 6.
Stop saying this. You're making me more depressed. But then I think they have to. They've got to, because like the amount of people that I've seen like crying out for it, including myself, because I do want to see this, just because it's a change of scenery. And I've liked the episodes this season where they've done the flashbacks for the characters, like, when they did it for the start of the season, with what happened on Lian Yu, even though that was like bad in itself. I liked how they used the flashbacks there, and I liked how they used them for like Deathstroke and like Vigilante and Kane James, like to flesh them out. So I feel like they should do the same thing for Black Siren. I feel like it'd be a good way to get an episode over and done with the first half of the season, because usually that's where you tend to get like most of the filler bits. So
Yeah.
I definitely want to see it. I just hope that the writers will actually listen and actually do it for once.
Yeah, I think that we just really need to see that. Plus, I think because we need to see like Earth 2 Oliver
Yeah.
and things like that, and like it'd be awesome if we could get like Earth 2 Robert Queen as the Green Arrow. That'd be awesome. If they could bring back James Sheridan.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because this is all tied into Black Siren's backstory. So and if it wouldn't be hard to do Earth 2 Oliver, because obviously you've got Stephen Amell, so like you can just do that. We could literally just see Earth 2 versions of all the characters, which would be awesome. Because I don't think we've seen Earth 2 versions of any of the characters from Arrow except for obviously Laurel.
And Deadshot.
Oh, and Deadshot.
Yeah, Deadshot. Remember in the Flash, and the the Flash when they went to Earth 2 for that 2-parter, and the first part of it, Deadshot was in it. He was in the Earth 2 because he worked at the CCPD.
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't have recognised him because he had like the different haircut and he didn't have the eye patch on him.
Yeah, I remember now. I couldn't. I literally just couldn't remember that for life of me. Which is funny because I'm rewatching Arrow season 1 at the moment because my dad has started watching the show, and I very recently just saw the Deadshot episode. He's great. He's great though.
Yeah.
But yes, we need this Black Siren backstory quite desperately.
Definitely.
And hopefully we get it. Oh, they could bring back Paul Blackthorne. They could bring him back. They could bring him back.
My boy Paul is coming back.
Yeah. No, what we need to do is we need to get Barry to run to Earth 2, then run back in time to Earth 2 to get Quentin before he died, and then bring him back
Yeah,
to
but Earth 2 Quentin might have been a jerk, though.
Okay, well, we'll just get Barry to run back in time and get Earth 1 Quentin before he dies and saves him.
Yes.
But that may mean he has to kill Ricardo Diaz in the process, so which do you prefer? Kirk or Paul?
Don't make me choose.
Laugh ain't fair.
God.
In regards to the crossover, apparently the entire story has been written already, and it's already all been planned out and all sorted.
Yeah, because apparently Stephen Amell and David Ramsey have already, they already know what's happening in the crossover.
They know the whole thing.
Which is surprising to me, because I'm trying to remember, when did they write Crisis on Earth X? Because obviously I know they do it in advance. But was Crisis, I think it was a bit later, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so it must be a big thing. I guess maybe because they're trying to maybe bring a Batman villain in, so maybe they have to plan it out all beforehand, so they can ask Warner Brothers if they can use it. Because I think that'd be pretty cool if they did bring a Batman villain over.
Who do you think the villain is actually going to be, though? Because I was thinking, because if it's saying Gotham, what kind of army can they have? Because obviously they're going to need some sort of army to fight, aren't they?
I'm trying to think, because person with an army. That's the only thing I really struggle on.
I'm just trying to think, who could it be?
Black Mask.
Yeah, I was thinking Black Mask, and that would work quite well with Batwoman. But then it's is he really a big enough threat to have all of the Arrowverse go up against?
Well, he is quite a powerful mob boss, crime lord. So I
feel like he's more of an Arrow villain though. I feel like Oliver could just take him on by himself. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Maybe is there someone a bit more like a CGI sort of villain? I don't know. Maybe someone like Clayface.
Yeah, but how would he get an army, though?
He can create an army out of himself.
Truth. That is true. I don't know. I just hope that they bring a Batman villain in. They
Solomon Grundy?
Already used him on Arrow.
Right. Oh, yeah. Shit.
This man has a bad memory.
Bane.
That'd be pretty cool.
Bane.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Get Tom Hardy to come back.
No. He's too busy playing Venom.
Bad decision, Tom.
But yeah,
we'll see how that movie turns out. But
yeah, I just want him to use a Batman villain, just because if you've got the ability to use Batwoman and Gotham, I feel like maybe you could just take advantage of that and use a Batman villain as well, considering it's only going to be a one event like this massive crossover, I feel like you might as well, if you've got those resources, just use a Batman villain.
Do you think they're setting up Batwoman for her own show?
I hope they are, because I would really want to see it, especially if maybe they're like planning it as a show to take over from Arrow when that eventually ends.
Arrow's kind of replacement.
Yeah, because I don't think Arrow is getting past a season 8 at the very, very maximum.
Yeah, I think season 7, season 8, if they're lucky.
Yeah,
that's what it's going to be. I mean, they haven't announced that season 7 is going to be the last season yet. I think they will at Comic-Con. If it's going to happen, it'll be Comic-Con.
Yeah.
But yeah, season 8, like at the latest.
Mm.
So the thing is, they need to make the decision now, because you can't just make it after the season ends, because then we're going to be screwed.
Yeah, because they're just not going to have a proper.
Because that's what happened to Lucifer.
Yeah. And now it's just like Lucifer's like kind of ended on a cliffhanger, and yeah, you're getting bonus episodes, but they're not going to really be able to wrap up the storyline properly.
No.
So yeah, it's always better to like let you know in advance. Like, don't just leave it as a thing where it's like after the season's finished, it's like, oh shit, we're just going to cancel it. Not getting any more episodes, so you can't really change the ending. So if they are going to do it, just do it in a good amount of time that they can actually plan it.
Yeah, and just wrap up the show completely.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all the news that came out of Heroes and Villains. The problem is that they couldn't really talk too much, because all the finales for the shows, except for Legends, hadn't actually aired here in the UK yet. I think Arrow's aired now, I think.
Yeah, Arrow's aired.
And then Flash will be this week.
Yeah.
Flash will be... Oh no, Flash would have been this week, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think, Flash would have been this week, and
Yeah.
we're currently recording on the Thursday night, so Arrow's finale would have been on tonight. Will be on tonight.
No,
so...
Arrow's would have been the week before, wouldn't it?
No.
Because Arrow...
No.
Isn't it?
No, in the UK, they're all running at the same time.
Oh, are they? Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, they couldn't really talk too much. Like, even in the Arrow panel, because I was at the Arrow panel, and literally they couldn't talk about anything like to do with the show.
If you wanted
even though everyone in that room had seen it.
Yeah. I think the best way to honestly get information out of them was probably to just go up to their booths, because then at least because it's just you and them, if they slip something about season 7, they can just say, well, at least it wasn't official press. At least it wasn't a conference or anything. Because, like, obviously, the only person I went to was Kirk Acevedos, and he pretty much said, yeah, he's coming back for season 7. He couldn't talk about whether he was like part of the Longbow Hunters or like how big a role he had. But yeah, he basically confirmed that he would be back for like season 7, and that he would still play a big role in it. So, yeah, I think I can understand why they were hesitant for it, but obviously, just for us as fans, it is a bit annoying, just because obviously we want to know as much as possible.
Yeah, I think because didn't Kirk Acevedo say he wanted to cut off someone's arm?
Yeah,
he was cut off Oliver's arm.
Yeah, but the reason why, and I asked him, I said, does it relate to Legends of Tomorrow, where in the future Oliver loses one of his arms? So I asked him, like, maybe that's how it happens. Like, Richard Dragger will cut off his arm, and so that's why he gets the robotic arm in that Legends of Tomorrow future episode.
Yeah.
That'd be a really cool tie-in. I'd love to see something like that. I don't think it would happen.
I want that to happen.
Yeah, I don't think it will happen, but I would love for it for that to happen, just to make it like more questionable as to whether that's canon. Because it'd just be really cool. It'd kind of like encourage Arrow fans who haven't seen Legends to maybe go ahead and watch it, just to see that. I think it'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, because I mean that timeline got erased, but I think it'd be really awesome if they actually brought that back. Because like Oliver losing an arm and having to use like a robotic arm would be awesome. And if you take that and have Ricardo Diaz be the one to cut it off, that'd be awesome. Also, I did say I saw Kirk Acevedo. This wasn't at the show. This was like I think this was like the other day. He was saying that he wants to kill one of Arrow's main 3.
Oh yeah, I saw this as well.
Obviously, it won't be Oliver, but it won't be Felicity. It'll be Diggle.
He actually said he wanted to kill Felicity, and that was so amazing. I was like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, my man.
He got like so much hate for that.
I know.
It'd be great if he killed Felicity. I just don't think he will. I think it'd be Diggle. Like I said, I think Diggle's had a target on his back for a long time now, and I feel like I thought he was gone in season 6. I thought he was going to bite the bullet, but he made it out.
Yeah. The funny thing is that a fan at Heroes of Villains went up to Kirk Acevedo's booth and asked him. He was just chatting to him, and I know this because it was on Reddit, and then Paigey tweeted about it as well. He even brought up the Olicity fans and was like, they sometimes forget that it's a they sometimes forget this is a superhero show, not a fucking soap opera.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh god, this man only speaks the truth. He's literally
he knows what's up.
It's almost like he's just us embodied within a person on the show. He knows absolutely everything that is wrong with it.
He's gonna fix the show.
He's gonna do it himself.
He'll actually become the new showrunner.
Yes,
after Beth
please.
Schwartz is mysteriously killed.
Please do this.
Yes. Kirk Acevedo's a great guy, though. I guess we can kind of transition into our just general opinion of the show. Because I also met Kirk Acevedo, went up to his booth. He's just such a nice guy.
Yeah, he was so
really
sound.
He's just like, I went up to him, I was just like, oh, like, you're amazing. And as Ricardo Diaz, like, because I was saying like how he manages to be like really threatening, but like so entertaining at the same time. And he was just like saying, oh, thank you so much. And one thing that surprised me about him was his voice is exactly the same in real life as it is. I didn't know that at all.
I knew that beforehand, only because I'd seen him in interviews for what was it called? Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, when he was in that.
Yeah.
I've seen him. So I knew his voice was like that. But it didn't bother me. I know some people are like, oh, his voice is weird. It didn't bother me, because I mean...
No, it didn't bother me. It just took me surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, because I first noticed it because obviously I went with you at first.
Yeah.
And then I had to run,
and then you ditched me.
Well, I had to go because I had my photo up with Stephen. But I overheard him talking, and I was like, oh my god, it literally sounds exactly like Ricardo Diaz. And when I actually went up to him myself, I said that to him, and he was telling me that his voice is a bit raspier than normal because he had been speaking all day. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah, he was
really cool guy. And seeing as I just mentioned him, we both met Stephen Amell as well. The man himself.
God.
Good.
But let's just get this out of the way, because how long did you have to wait in that photo op for? How long were you in that line for?
I'd probably say a good hour and a half.
Same. But it was totally worth it. Absolutely worth it.
Because it was slightly delayed, the entire thing, because of the group photo op with John Barrowman.
Yeah, I thought that was why. But then with me, they fucked me around because they kept on changing the line I was meant to be in. Like, at first I was in line 5, then they said, oh, it's line 4, because line 5's VIP. And then I go back to the thing, and it turns out, oh, no, now it's line 2. So I'm guessing maybe they were trying to file people into individual lines so they didn't, like, overcrowd them. But it was just a bit weird how it was set out. So I reckon if I just snuck into line 4, I probably would have been able to, like, meet someone else after. But
I should have just snuck you into my line.
Yeah, you could have. Yeah, but I think they would have checked my car beforehand.
Yeah, true. Because you were in Group CD, whereas I was in Group A, so...
Fucking hell.
He was sound, though.
Yeah.
Like, when I went in, I just, like, shook his hand. I actually stood on his foot. I just realised he didn't react at all, but I literally... Because I went up next to him and I accidentally stood on his foot. I was like, oh, no, please don't kill me.
Well, that's not... Oh, well, I had something similar, because I actually blinked during my first photo by accident. Because I was, obviously, because I'd met him and all that, I was about excited. So they took me for the other one. Honestly, he was just like, he honestly just came up to me and says, "Don't blink on me, bro." And then he's just like, he was so, well, and then he was just so nice to me. Just like, don't get nervous. I'm a nice guy.
I listened, like, I cannot say I put my arm around him. I was just like, "You're my hero." And he was just like, he's like, "Oh, thank you so much, buddy. That's so kind of you." And I was like,
oh, like, he's so nice. And then obviously, we met him earlier on. And Declan can tell you this story because he just left me completely, like, useless to actually shake hands with him. So I'll let him explain.
Yeah, so me and Dan were kind of walking around the show, and we were trying to find his booth because I wanted to see him in the flesh before I met him, just to see if he was real. And we were walking around, and my dad, who was also there with me, he told me sort of where it was because he saw it beforehand, and we were just walking in that direction. And we were literally just talking about it, and I looked up and I saw Mr. Ramel walking towards me. And what was funny is he was just walking, and no one was really going up to him. I don't think anybody really noticed him.
No.
But as a man who looks at Stephen Amell multiple times a day, I noticed him. So I see him, I freak out, and everything I was holding at the time, which was my current photo ops, I think I bought my flash pop at this point. I just threw everything onto Dan. I said, "Hold this," and I ran up to Stephen. I shook his hand. I tried to sneak a quick photo of him, but he didn't have the time.
Naughty Declan. You're supposed to pay
So
for
I
them.
completely screwed Dan over.
I hate you so much. I could have met Stephen Amell then, but no, I didn't. But hey, at least I got to spend more time with him in my photo op session than you did, so that's my compensation.
Yeah, but I just couldn't believe it. Like the fact I just met him, and I literally like ran back over to my dad. I was like, "I've just met Stephen Amell."
Oh god!
And he was so like nice back then as well. Even when he was just walking to, I think he was going to like a panel or
no, I think it was his. I think it was his. It was either his break or a photo op because I'm trying to remember what time it was. I definitely don't think it was his photo op because they were at about 3:30, weren't they? Group A.
It was at 4:05. It was.
Yeah, so it wouldn't have been for his photo op. I imagine it probably would have been his break.
Or it might have been the because you can get the Arrow cast, and there was also like the original Team Arrow.
Oh yeah, there is. So it might have been that one.
I think it might be one of those. But he was so nice.
Yeah, same.
I'm kind of just going through. So we also met Josh Segarra, Adrian Chase. What he was really sound as well. It amazes me how good he is with his fans.
Yeah, he's so nice. Like I went last year, and there's a video that I constantly put on social media where it was like him after I think like the Arrow panel they did last year with him. And he was like, honestly, just from that video, you could tell he was like so sound with his fans. But then, like, to go to his photo op booth and just see how he was around them, like, he's so nice. Like, he's the kind of person where I think like you can just tell that he's so grateful for like the fans and there because like even at his his booth, he's there for like 5+ minutes talking to his fans.
Yeah,
like the reason his line is so long is not because like, you know, Art is like the most popular person there. It's because he spends so much time talking to people. Like he's so sound. Like honestly, he's such a nice guy.
Plus, when I was in the queue for Kirk Acevedo's line, like Kirk Acevedo's booth was next to Josh Segarra's. He was literally hugging every single person who met him.
Yeah.
Every single one, and I was just like I was tempted to get back in the queue just to get a hug from him. I was just like, but I already met him at this point, so I was like, I need to prioritize other people.
Yeah, but, I think next year,
so nice.
I think next year if he goes, I'm definitely going there just so I can get a hug from him.
Yeah, he was so nice, and he's just like, because every single person in the photo op he kind of was doing like he was like arranging different poses for everyone, which was cool. And I told him that he was like the best villain ever, and he was like dead appreciative about that. And he's just, I like because I'm looking at all the photos now. I'm looking at me and Josh's photo, and I like the way he's just like he's not even like got his arm around me properly. He's just kind of like hanging off of me like a bro. Like just a cool guy. I love Josh. He's great.
The funny thing was that when you went, I think, but this was by the time you had your photo up with Stephen. Josh came out of the photo op booth to the left. And everyone was just like, I think someone shouted from the crowd, I think Deathstroke or Prometheus, and he says, oh Prometheus any day of the week, bro. Oh, he was the best. Awesome.
He was great. And then in terms of my final photo op, I met Danielle Panabaker from The Flash. This was probably actually my least favorite one of all the people I met. Not because of Danielle, she was great. She's actually very similar to Caitlin Snow in real life. She's quite shy and she's quite quiet, but she was really nice though. But the photographer in that oh my god, she's so annoying. Like she wouldn't give you a chance or give Danielle a chance to interact with fans at all. You would literally go in there, she's going next, like you could not get a chance to even get a word in edgeways.
Damn.
And you can see that Danielle was getting kind of frustrated with it because she was trying to speak to people and she wasn't allowing it. So yeah, that was probably my worst experience. And again, nothing to do with Danielle. She was great. Yeah, I really liked her. Just that photographer was awful.
See, this is further proof, Declan, and you keep on going against this. This is why next year we just don't bother with the photo ops. Just go to the fucking booth. It's
true.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper. You get more time spent with them. You haven't got some bitchy photographer telling you next after like 20 seconds.
It's not even that. It's like 5.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I will agree. I do think the booths are a better option just because you do get to just actually speak to them and spend
Yeah.
time with them. You're not being rushed.
Yeah, because I don't care that much about professional photos. I just want to meet them. So
Yeah.
I would.
I mean, I wanted to get the photos. I mean, I like my photos just because, I mean, especially obviously the one with me and Steven is like just a treasure. But yeah, you can really speak to them. Like, for example, Franz Drummer, who was there,
And
of course, Jax Jefferson. I was actually speaking to him for about 5 minutes, and he was so sound. And he was actually just like he was asking me about like me, and he was asking me about like what I thought of Legends, and I was like, and I asked him about his daughter, which I think he liked, because no one else really asked about how his daughter was doing, so I asked him about that. And I was actually telling him about my YouTube channel. I was telling him about my theory about the fire totem. If you remember that?
You're trying to get him to subscribe to you now, aren't you?
But also, I was so adamant that my theory there was correct about the fire totem, that Jax was going to get the fire totem at the end, and like that's how he's going to come back to the show as Firestorm. And he actually agreed with me. He said, "Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense." And he was like, "That is actually a really cool theory."
That's when you know you succeeded, when the actor agrees with you.
Yeah, exactly.
God
and he was just a really nice guy.
And I took the photo. I took the photo with you with him and Brandon
Yes.
Ralph, so I got to meet them
Yes.
for free.
Yes, I did you a favor there.
Yeah,
So,
I'm very
basically, Dan
thankful.
followed me around, but because Dan was a lot more responsible with his money than I was, he didn't spend as much money on the booths as I did. But I basically kept giving Dan my phone so he could take the photos because I'm terrible at taking selfies, absolutely terrible. I have very short arms, so I had Dan take them for me. But luckily, that meant that Dan didn't have to pay any money because the celebrities, they would like all the actors, they'd always come out and like talk to you.
Yeah.
And like shake your hand and stuff, which was like really awesome. So you got to string along for free, so you're welcome. And seeing as you just mentioned him, I also did meet Brandon Routh, Ray Palmer. He was great. I didn't really speak to him that much, but he was. I did ask him about Bebo, obviously.
You had to ask him about Bieber. We had to.
I had to ask him if there was actually a real like cuddly Bebo on set, and like did any of the cast members take it. Apparently, it's still on set, according to him. So I'm gonna have to go over to Vancouver and steal it because I need Bebo.
I'm waiting for the plush Bebo toys to be sold. It's got to be soon.
I've just had an idea as well. Right, Funko, if you're listening, please make a pop of Bebo.
Oh, yes.
In your next line of Arrowverse ones, we
yes.
need a Bebo pop. I will buy that and make it the giant one as well. Like make it the same size as like the Gorilla Grodd one from the Flash. Like make it like that. I will buy that. I don't care how much money it costs. I will buy that. But Brandon Routh was really cool. And I've always been a big fan of Brandon Routh, like even before Legends and stuff. Like he was really cool. So yeah. I also met Hartley Sawyer, who is Ralph Dibny on The Flash. He was like a really late announcement. He was like announced like 2 weeks before.
Yeah, because he was announced as like Tom Cavanaugh's replacement because he was meant to be going, but then he like pulled out. So
yeah, I didn't really speak to him too much, but he was really nice as well. He was just kind of like really cool. You could tell like how much fun he was having because this is kind of like his first show.
Yeah,
and this is kind of like his first exposure to like the superhero kind of fandom. So like to see him kind of embracing that was really nice, especially because I think on the whole everyone kind of liked Ralph. I know there are some people who really don't like him, but
yeah,
I love Ralph Dibny. So like it was really cool just to meet him. And he was again just like a really nice guy. His line was actually really short at the end of the day when I went to see him.
Was it? How many people were in it? Because obviously I was away from my photo op when this happened. Like how many people were in his line?
I think about 5 when I got there, maybe less than that.
Wow, God.
But this was like quite later on in the day. Like this is when the show was getting like quieter.
Yeah, fair
so
point.
people were starting to leave. Because I came out of Steven's photo op and it was like 5:30 or something when I got out, and there was still a bit of time left till the show ended. So my dad actually left to go to the hotel to pick up our bags and stuff that we were staying at and bring them back to the station.
Oh, so you just went around by yourself?
Yeah, so I just went around and like cleared up like the rest of them who I wanted to meet. So I met like Hartley Sawyer, and then I met Kirk Acevedo, and then finally I met Juliana Harkavy, who is Dinah Drake. She was so nice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of did want to meet her. I probably would have done if I had time.
Yeah, because I mean, I wasn't going to, but I was about to walk out, and she was like the final one, and I just saw her, and her line was actually really busy, but I was like, oh, screw it. I just like she was there. She was kind of like the last one, so I was like, screw it. But she was honestly so good with her fans. She was like really good talking to everyone. She was having so much fun. She hugged me. Can I just say? So that's great. A very very beautiful woman like that. It was very nice. She smells really good. Just want to point that out. She also took the selfies for me, which was nice because again I'm terrible. There's one of them where she's practically kissing me, so again that's cool. Oh yeah, Kirk Acevedo also took my selfies, which
yeah, same with me.
Yeah, he did it. He always did the same 3 facial expressions for everyone.
Yeah,
but they're really cool. He's awesome. But Juliana, I was really shocked by how cool she was. And I just really enjoyed sort of being with her, and she was like thanking everyone for waiting in the queue because her line was like I said, it was quite long. I just really liked her actually. I mean, I do have a bit of a crush on her, but hey.
Oh my, no, he's got a crush on her. No,
she is pretty fit though.
She's fit. She's fit, but Katie Cassidy is better.
It was just cool to meet her, and also, did you see her booth?
I saw her booth. Yeah, how busy it was.
No, like her actual like she had this booth kitted out. Like it was like had so many cool stuff on it. Like she had like a radio on it, like playing music.
Oh, that was the radio I could hear when I was at Kirk's. I was thinking, who's playing the music? I thought it was
on her booth.
I thought it was on her booth. I thought it was Josh.
No, that wouldn't surprise me, but no, it was Juliana. She had a radio on her booth and like just playing like absolute tunes, like Michael Jackson's Thriller was on there at a point. She had like loads of like Black Canary like wallpaper everywhere, and then she had like her leather jacket, like her actual leather jacket hooked up next to it.
Oh no!
And she kept putting it on for photos. Like people kept asking her to put it on for photos.
Oh, God.
And it was her actual one that she wears on the show, or like did wear when she had that before she had a costume. So it was really awesome, and she was like easily kind of like she was like the most surprising one for me. I didn't really because I wasn't even going to meet her, but then I just saw her and I went for it, and she was just so nice, and really cool.
So you're triggering me now because I wish I met all these people if I turned up to Stephen Amell's booth earlier and snuck into a queue.
Yeah. Well, you probably would have. You'll probably get to see her next year if you do.
Yeah. I'll just make sure I pump out some videos, hopefully get a ton of views and subs, get a media pass, and I'm sorted.
Yeah, boy. I also just want. I don't know. I remember this guy's name. Just someone I'd like to shout out. His name was Andrew. He was just a really cool guy I met in the queue for Stephen. Stephen's photo op.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was like fully decked out in a Green Arrow costume. Yeah. Like it was like retrofitted to his body.
God.
He looked so good. And he was such a nice guy as well. Because like I said, I was in the Stephen Amell queue for about an hour and a half. And it was just me, him, and like these 2 other women who we were stood with. We were just talking about the shows for literally a straight hour and a half, non-stop talking. And it was so cool just kind of... Because these shows are really quite niche. So to kind of be in an environment where everybody knows them and everybody can just talk about them was really freeing.
Yeah, because you don't feel as if you're talking to someone you've got like no common interest in. Like you're all there for the same reason. You love these shows.
Yeah.
And like especially when you're in the photo ops, obviously you can be in there for quite a while. So
yeah,
it was just nice.
I remember walking up to Steven's photo op, and I remember just being stood behind this guy, like stood behind the Green Arrow. I was like, oh, can I just say your costume's amazing? And then we just started talking. And he was just a really nice guy, and I was actually with him the entire time, and it was actually really nice because like he went in first, and then he actually waited for me after I had mine because I was behind him, and then we like walked out together. Like he was a really nice guy. I actually wish I would have got his last name. I want to add him on Facebook, but I can't find him. But his name was Andrew, and he was a really awesome guy. So yeah, and also he has an incredible costume.
Yeah, I saw the costume. I was like, damn. I wish I could have one like that.
I'm gonna get one next year.
No, don't dress up. Don't dress up next year.
No, what we can do, I'm gonna get you to dress up as well. What we're gonna do is you can be the Green Arrow, and I can be Arsenal.
Arsenal, oh my.
Because I'm the shorter one.
Yeah, but imagine how much you would cook in that suit. Like, I can only imagine what it was like for him the whole day wearing that suit. Like,
he was
must
boiling,
kill him.
Yeah. He was staring at me like he was like so hot.
Yeah.
There's also that guy in like the Reverse Flash suit as well.
Oh yeah, God.
Like that guy must have been baking as well. But I think it was really cool as well just to go around like the booths, not the booths, but the what do you call it? Like the merchandise and
the merchandise. Yeah, you didn't buy as much as I did, like merchandise, did you?
No, I mean to be honest, I wasn't really looking to buy much because I was purely focused on spending money on the photos and stuff. Yeah. But I did have a look at the Funko Pops because I knew there was going to be some Arrowverse ones there. I only found one, but it was one I've been looking for a long time, which was the Reverse Flash. So I've got that in my collection now, which is nice. There's just a few I'm kind of missing. Like I need to get I want to get Malcolm Merlin, who's super rare. I want to get Speedy. I think that's it really. Because I've got all the Flash ones I really want now. So
Yeah.
there's also like the Legends ones as well, which I want to get. But it was really cool. I just want to see like more of them show up because they're quite rare. The Arrowverse.
Yeah, the Arrow ones, especially quite a lot of the Arrow ones. Like the Malcolm Merle one's pretty rare. There's the like Oliver, with the hood on but no mask. That one's quite rare as well. I think you can get them on eBay for a bit cheaper, but they're hard to get like on Amazon or in stores.
Yeah.
I think that might be it for like the rare ones, if I remember correctly. But yeah,
I really want that Malcolm Merlin one.
Yeah, but yeah, I brought a bit more merchandise. Like I brought like 2 T-shirts. I got the like Green Arrow, You Have Failed the City, but it's in the style of like Your Country Needs You. Like I saw that and I just thought, oh, I need the shirt. It's amazing. And then I got a Punisher shirt as well. And then I got like 2 posters, like one for Arrow, and then one for Legends. I think it was like 1 for £7 and it was 2 for 10. So I just thought, yeah, I might as well just get the other one for 3 extra. Well. Yeah, might as well treat myself. So yeah. I got that. That was pretty much it. It didn't really cost me as much as I thought. I didn't really spend as much as I planned to do so, or like thought I'd need, because I took only about 130 with me and spent about probably, I think like 70 or 80. So I didn't do too bad, but I think it's just because I wasn't as willing to chuck money out at everyone like Declan was. Like
I spent a lot more money than I should have done. I took money out of my savings, which was going towards a car. But I literally, when I was there, I did not care. I was just like, I don't even care. I mean, I've only just started saving for a car, to be fair, but I was literally just like, I don't even care if I have to start from scratch. I need to meet these people. I need to do it. I think what I'm going to start doing though is next year, I'm going to like open like another savings account, like a heroes and villains saving account.
Oh my god.
Because again, if there's like loads of different celebrities there next year, I'm going to want to, fully meet all of those. Because like, there was even a couple who I missed. Like, I didn't get to meet Emily Bett Rickards.
Good.
No.
To be honest though, to get an autograph or a selfie with her was £60.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it was 60. Because remember when we walked past, I had a quick look at the prices. So she was like 60, and then if you wanted,
I wouldn't walk around.
Yeah, that dickhead in the. Oh man, I felt like I just wanted to punch him so bad.
You were like so nice to him though. You were like, "Oh, cheers, mate."
No, because that was me pretending to be really calm on the end. When secretly I was like, "Fuck this guy."
It was just like, because it was so much easier, because we were trying to get to like the Legends booths, and it was just easier to walk that way. It was like, no, you have to go around the other way. It's like, okay. Also, I will want to say about the food things they had there. That was a really nice hot dog that I had. Just want to bring that up. It was a really nice hot dog. I enjoyed it.
10 out of 10 hot dogs, best in the country.
Yep. But who do you want to see then, like next year? Because I was saying like we need a lot more Flash cast members.
I think
there was only 2.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely get more Flash. Like, because last year they had barely anybody from the Flash. They only really had like Robbie Amell, and I can't even remember anyone else who was there from Flash last year. It might have literally just been Robbie Amell. So at least they got more people from Flash, as in they got, Hartley Sawyer and Danielle Panabaker. So I think next year, maybe if like Candace Patton or Carlos Valdez goes.
Yeah, I really want Candace Patton to go.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. I reckon a lot more of the Gotham ones will go as well. Because obviously next year will be Gotham Season 5 will air. That's the final season. So I reckon that they will probably get more people there. I know that there is a petition going up, funny enough, to get, I think, like Bill McKenzie. Ben McKenzie to go to Heroes of Villains Fan Fest London. Yeah, which I think that'd be pretty cool, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I like him. I mean, like I said, I've started watching Gotham, and I like him as Jim Gordon. He's cool. I am quite enjoying Gotham at the moment. Even though, I mean, a lot of people told me that season 1 was really boring and bad, I am quite enjoying it at the moment. I'm not really enjoying the so heavily shoved down your throat Batman references, because, like, there's in episode 1, they go to that guy's house whose daughter is going to be Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
And they say, "Oh, what's your name?" She says Ivy. No, your name's not Ivy. Your name's Pamela Iceland, not Ivy.
Yeah, but I think they just mean that as in a nickname as a kid, so she just refers to that more than her actual name. They do.
I just think that's a bit on the nose. I didn't really.
Nah.
And like Selena Kyle calls herself Cat, like it's a bit weird. But then there is some like other really cool stuff. Like I really like Edward Nigma.
Oh,
he's really cool.
Good. He is good.
Obviously Oswald Cobblepot's really good.
He's the best character.
Yeah, so those ones are really good, but it's more like the younger characters I don't really enjoy too much. Well, not that I don't enjoy them. It's just like I said, it's the shoving down of the references I don't really enjoy. But hopefully it'll sort of eliminate that as the show goes on. But in terms of next year, like I say, like hopefully more Gotham cast, hopefully more Flash cast. I hope they bring in like the other half of the Legends, because there was about half of them there, so we need about the other half. I'd love to see Matt Ryan go.
Yeah, because he was there last year. I was surprised he didn't go this year.
Because he's obviously, and considering how he obviously is going to be a series regular for Legends Season 4, makes sense. Maisie Richardson-Seller, she was there last year. I'd love to see her go. I'd love to see Nick Zano go. I'd like to meet him, just because I like Nate a lot.
You mean you mean the Wraith in the Uncharted movie?
Yes, exactly. No, that's Josh Zagara.
Oh yeah. Damn.
Oh, yeah, it's all the haircut. It's too similar. Also, I think I'd like to see Keenan Lonsdale go, although I think that's unlikely.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Also, again, very unlikely, but Grant Gustin should go.
No.
It won't happen at all. But
you're thinking too big, man. Too big.
They need to bring in, I think, more Supergirl cast, like obviously Melissa.
Well, if she actually wants to show up at the UK,
yeah, unless she cancels last minute. Same with like Chris Wood, but then Chris Wood going is literally so dependent on Melissa.
Yeah.
Like, if Melissa cancels, Chris cancels. It's simple as that. Because they are basically always together. Because I felt quite bad for the Supergirl cast, because it was just Mechard Brooks, who plays James Olsen, and then Tyler Hoechlin, who plays Superman. Literally just them two. Like the Supergirl panel was literally just them two. That was the Supergirl panel.
God.
It was kind of ridiculous. Wait, wasn't it Oh no, it wasn't. I was gonna say it wasn't Robbie Amell's wife on it, but
no,
I don't think she was she? So that was like, I think a bit more Supergirl cast would be good. Like, I'd like to see Jeremy Jordan go, because it's weird because like a lot of the Supergirl cast were at the Ultimates.
Yeah, because they had Floriana Lima, Chyla Lee, and Jeremy Jordan there.
Yeah, because I'd love to meet Jeremy Jordan. So yeah, I think next year just get some different cast members, because I've got my fair amount of collection. I think I met like 9 people this year, so I'd like to get all different people. The only one I'll probably meet again is Steven, just because it's Steven. But other than Steven, it's like I want to meet like all new people. So get some fresh faces in next year. That'd be good.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad, I guess. I think just the same for me. Just get some more fresh faces, and obviously keep most of the people that we've had this year, because I love them.
Yeah. So I think that just about does it.
Yeah, I believe so. I'll just mention as well, both of us on our channels, we did do videos related to Heroes and Villains Fan Fest. I vlogged as much as I could of the event whilst we were there, so if I can, I'll probably try and leave a link to that video in the description, so if you can go check it out. I might also put I'll put your video in there as well, for the one that you did for it as well, just in case you wanted to know a little bit more about Heroes and Villains Fan Fest. Then you could always go and check those out. I might upload the vlog to the channel as well. Depends on how much time I have. Yeah. So we'll just see how it goes for that. But yeah, if you want to check out more about that, then go check them out. Yeah.
And I mean, in terms of the vlog, it was actually like because we only met up once to record. But then after we finished recording that bit, we didn't really see each other again. Because I never even said goodbye to you. I actually had to go because you were meeting Steven, so I had to go. So we didn't. And that's why we didn't actually record that much together. We literally just couldn't.
Yeah. To be honest, I think it was because we were there, and obviously because I was you're just kind of so engrossed in everything. I was kind of just forgot in the back of my head to actually record. So
yeah, and also we do apologize for the quality of the vlog. It is terrible.
Yeah,
it was our first time.
Yeah, it was the
first... As I said in the vlog, we'll get a selfie stick next year.
Yes, next year get a selfie stick, just make it a bit better,
a lot easier. We'll try and focus on the vlog a lot more next year if we can. Yeah. Because we'll both be going next year, so it's all good.
Definitely. Hopefully with a media pass. Fingers crossed. It's probably not going to happen.
Can you apply for the media passes immediately when the tickets come available?
They haven't actually announced next year yet. They will do.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
but when they officially announce it, then yeah, you'll be able to apply for the media pass.
Cool.
But I'm probably going to hold off until I get more subscribers.
Yeah, well, what I'll probably try and do is I'll like try it first. If that doesn't work, then I'll leave it. The only thing is that obviously it would make a lot more sense to wait until, until closer to the time, because my channel will have grown even more.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like, do I really want to wait and get tickets? Although my dad was saying, he was like, oh, you might as well wait for tickets because of all the discounts they did this year. So, because I think we want to go both days next year. So my dad was saying what we should do is just like do like the buy one get one free for both of us on each day sort of thing. So we only have to pay like half the price.
Well, if you're just gonna get a media pass, why don't you can order for two? So then therefore
I know.
Just give
but
one
I'm saying if not.
If not, yeah, all right, makes sense.
Yeah. And also, I'd just like to mention in regards to the next 2 episodes and in terms of like content, because obviously now all the shows are over, it's kind of a bit more creative on our front in terms of having to come up with content. But for the next 2 weeks, we are just going to have big sort of review episodes where we are going to review the full season of Arrow next week. That's so Arrow season 6 full season review and full like overview and breakdown will be next week, and week after that will be Flash. And then week after that should be Supergirl, because I think it all lines up there. If they're maybe like a week apart, maybe, if that. It may be the week of. I don't remember. But yeah, so you can look forward to that. So we've got Flash or Arrow review next week, and then Flash after that. So you're going to have to make a big page of notes. Go through the entire season, episode by episode.
Oh, God, I'm not prepared for this.
Yeah, it's going to be good, though. I actually still need to do my Flash Season 4 review.
Yeah, I still need to do my Arrow and Legend reviews. Maybe I'll do Flash, I don't know, to be honest. I really don't care. I'm just more concerned about Arrow, because literally everybody has like pestered to me on private message, where's the Arrow Season 6 review? It's like, I'm working on it. Alright, I don't... It's coming along, it just takes time. Which basically is just fake language for I haven't started it yet.
Yes. So I'd say that just about does it.
Yep.
So I want to thank you guys for listening to this episode. If you liked it, make sure you subscribe and share this video around. We'll try and sort of grow this as much as possible. Obviously, we'll be back next week with the Arrow review. If you enjoyed all of this, then again, make sure you subscribe. And do you have anything else to add?
Just if you've got any topics you want us to talk about, maybe for the next episode, just let us know in the comments section.
Because we're lazy, we don't want to comment on.
Yeah, it's just it helps us. We don't have to think as much, so you'd be doing us a massive favour.
And then you guys can get involved. Think about it in that way. So thank you guys for listening to this episode of the podcast. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you again next time.
See ya.